Hi, welcome to our channel at We Are Ocampo Kids. If you're new here, please subscribe, follow us on Facebook and Instagram at We Are Ocampo. And today we're doing a segment called Daddy Bebam. Who is Daddy Bebam? It's me, yes. It's a story with them. And I normally tell them, when do I tell you guys stories?
When we go to sleep at the night.
Yes, every nighttime I tell them bedtime stories, but from the Bible, because that's where we learn the Word of God and also great lessons. We get to know the characters from there. And Tihila had a question before we turned this shooting on, and she was asking, why Bebam? Do you know why? Bebam, because my name, that was my nickname when I was a kid. They used to call me Ebong. Don't tell anyone. And then I said, no, from now on, call me Bebam. So I gave myself that nickname. Isn't that? Yes, I gave myself that nickname. Yeah, so that's why it's called Bebam. So my old friends, those close to me, that's what they call me, Bebam. Yes, so now the secret is out. The cat is out of the bag. So today, we're going to tell you a story. I'll still ask you. You've already heard the stories, but let me let you choose. Would you want to hear the story of Joseph the dreamer, or the story of young boy Samuel?
Joseph.
Okay, Joseph it is. All right, let's begin. How many of them? How many are they? Siblings? The brothers?
12.
Yes, 12. Can you name some of them?
Benjamin. Joseph.
Yes, Kuya?
Ben.
Yes, Reuben?
Levi. Judas. Simeon.
Yes, good job. The others are Naphtali, Asher, Zebulun. But anyway, yes, there are 12 of them. Simeon. All right, are you ready? We begin?
Of course.
Yes.
Ready.
Now, Joseph was number 11 out of the 12. So Benjamin was the last born son, and Reuben was their eldest. So all the other big brothers were older than him, bigger than him. Now his father, Jacob, made for him a coat, and it was a special coat. Why was it special?
Because of the father loved Joseph.
Yes, that's true. The father loved Joseph. And the coat had many colors. You're right. And in those days, it's not like today where you can just go to a shop and get a coat with many colors. They didn't have the machines back then. And so the father really painstakingly made that coat. He was sewing it by himself and with his servants with the expensive material. Because in the olden times, they didn't have color to color the coats just with chemicals. They used to color them with expensive things, like they would use seashells. Yes. So it was an expensive coat. And so when the father, Jacob, gave the coat to Joseph, the other siblings got so what?
Upset.
They were upset. They were jealous because how come they didn't get the coat? So from that day on, they really didn't have a good feeling towards their brother Joseph. And then another day, Joseph woke up and it said, everyone, I have a dream. And in that dream, I saw that we were out in the field and all of us, we were harvesting the wheat. You know the wheat, the tall grass? And then they used to harvest it and they would bundle the wheat in a sheaf, like in a bundle. And then Joseph said every one of us had a bundle or a sheaf. Can you say sheaf?
Sheep.
A sheaf is a what? A bundle. It's like this. Yeah. Don't touch this because it might break, but it looks kind of like this. A sheaf of wheat. Actually, that's how wheat looks like. That's where you get the wheat grain and turn it into bread. And Joseph said each one of them had a sheaf. Joseph, his brother Reuben, Judah, Levi, and all of them. And even the father and mother. And then Joseph said, a strange thing happened. My sheaf was there, and then all your other sheaves bowed down to my sheaf. So I don't know. And then when the siblings heard that, they got upset. What? Do you mean to say that all of us bigger and older siblings are going to bow to you? You're the younger one. You need to respect us and not us to bow to you. So they got even more angry. This Joseph and his dream, just thinking of us that we're lower than him and saying all sorts of evil things. And then that's not where it ended. Another day happened. Joseph told them again, "Oh, father, mother, my siblings, last night I had a dream." What did you dream? I dreamt that we were all the stars in the skies and the moon and the sun. And then my star, all the other stars, your stars, and the moon and the sun, they bowed down to me. So now, they bow down to my star. And so the siblings were so upset again. What? Yes. Yeah, the moon and stars were representing the father and mother. Okay, sit down. And so even the father, Jacob, asked Joseph, "What does this mean, my son? Does it mean that even I and your mother will bow down to you?" So even the father didn't understand. But the siblings got upset. This dreamer, they hated him from that time on. And so he finished telling them the dream. And then when the father, Jacob, sent his sons to go and watch the cattle and to feed them, because in those days, there were not much buildings, roads. It was just grasslands. And they were herders. They used to keep cattle. What are cattle?
Like domestic animals?
Yes.
Like cows or sheep or dogs.
Yeah, goats, yeah. So that's cattle. And so the siblings were sent by the father to take their cows far away to look for food so that the cattle can be fed. So they went out. And then after many days now, the father, Jacob, told Joseph, "Why don't you go and visit your siblings and then go check up on them?" And so Joseph went out and checked up on them. But then when he found them, the place, they were already gone. And so he couldn't find his brothers. And then a man saw him there wandering. And the man asked him, "What are you looking for?" Oh, he described his siblings. "Have you seen a group of men? They looked this way and they were feeding the cattle." "Oh, yes," the man told him. "They went that way, far that way." "Oh, really? Thank you, sir." And so Joseph went out and followed the direction that the good man gave him. And for sure enough, from a distance, he found his brothers. He found a group of people and some cattle. And they were there, Judah, Reuben, and Levi, and Simeon, and his elder brothers. Then they noticed from afar that a person was coming. And they looked very carefully. "Who is that?" "Oh, the form and shape is looking like one of us." "Oh my, it looks like it's Joseph." Then one of the brothers said, "Oh, that dreamer? Well, we need to teach him a lesson. All the things that he's getting from dad, who is he? Is he a special person? He's just getting all the nice things, and our dad even made for him a coat of many colors." So they said, "We ought to teach him a lesson. I know. Let's kill him. Let's get rid of him." Can you imagine? His own brothers were planning, thinking of doing harm to Joseph and even killing him. And then when the older brother heard that, Reuben, oh my, he told to himself, "This is bad." You know, as the eldest, he had some responsibility, like you, Ate, right? You're the eldest, Ate, and you take care of your siblings. So that's Reuben. Of course, I'm sure he also felt bad about Joseph. We don't know, being the favorite and talking about his dream. But still, he didn't want his brother to be in danger like the others were planning. And of course, they're worried about their father Jacob, who at the time who was already old. So anything bad happening in the family will make him feel bad and maybe even make him sick. And so now, when Joseph came, they attacked him. You, come over here. What? He was so surprised because he was just there to check up on them, see how they're doing, if they're well. He brought some things from the father, I'm sure. Maybe some bread, water, cheese, or something. But then instead of welcoming him, they took Joseph and grabbed him and removed this coat. This is the coat you're talking about. You're feeling special. You think you're better than us. So they removed it from him and slammed him to the ground. But then Reuben said, I need to think fast because these other brothers of mine, they're more than me. I'm just alone. And these guys, the plan they've made is to hurt Joseph, my brother. So I need to think quick. Not that they're going to fight me, because if they'll fight me and Joseph were just two, they will win, right? I'll be in trouble. So I need to think of a plan. So this is what he thought. I'm going to try to trick them that I'm with them, but actually I'll try to save Joseph. So Reuben said, hey, guys, Judah, Levi, Simeon. Yes, I know this our brother is just useless. He's really, we need to beat him up. But instead of killing him, why don't we just throw him in a pit? Yeah, that will teach him a lesson. We'll throw him in a pit. A pit is a hole in the ground. You dig a hole, or there's a hole in the ground where if you fall there, you can't come out. That is what a pit is. Now, you know what a pit is? Yes. So he convinced them, what? No, we wanted to kill him. No. This will really hurt him more. If we just throw him and maybe we can even sell him. Who knows? We get more money from him, Okay, fine. You're the eldest, so maybe your plan to hurt and get back to this, our useless brother, is better. So Reuben managed to convince the other brothers that this one is an even better evil plan. So they took Joseph, they threw him down in that grave. It hurt him. Please, my brothers, help me. Why are you doing this? Why? You have no idea, really? Because of all those times you thought you were better than us. You even told the whole family, including our dad and mom, that everybody's going to bow to you. You have no shame. You have no respect. And all of this, they kept abusing him and just hurting him and threw Joseph in the pit and left him there. And so he was just crying, oh Lord, and he was just praying. But Joseph never cursed them or said anything bad to them. And so now Reuben went out and he was planning on what to do because, again, the brothers were many and he was just alone. So he thought of ways to rescue his brother Joseph. And as he went out, there was a group of Ishmaelites who were businessmen. They were traders, so they would buy something from one place and carry it to another place and to sell it as a profit. And in those times, unfortunately, there was still slavery. Slavery is when people are sold like things. Like you're going to buy a shoe, you can also buy slaves. Slaves didn't have any right. They can't say what they want to do. They just have to obey the owners. They're owned like the way you own your t-shirt is the way slaves were owned. So slaves used to come from, maybe there's wars. The defeated nation will become slaves of the winning nation. Or people will have debts. If they don't pay a big amount of money, the children will be sold off as slaves, So there was slavery at that time, in those thousands of years ago. And so these Ishmaelites were coming, and then now Judah and the brothers, Levi and Simeon, they saw this caravan. Oh, look, this group of traders are coming. Why don't we sell them Joseph so that at least we can earn from him, get a lot of money from him. What will we do with our father when he looks for him? I have a plan. We'll just say that he was eaten in the wild by some wild animals. Oh, yeah, that's a good plan. We will just lie. Yeah, they're going to lie to cover their sin. So they threw rope to Joseph and said, okay, come out here. Oh, thank you. You've changed your mind. I knew it. I knew you couldn't just hurt me like this. I believed in you. Thank you so much. So he went up. But then, instead of letting him go, they tied him. Oh, what are you doing? I thought you were letting me free. No. Then they pushed him and they gave him to those Ishmaelites traders, and then they tied him with a rope. What are you doing? We've sold you. And so the traders paid them the money for Joseph. No, don't do this. You're my brother. And because they were on their way to Egypt. And so Joseph was carried there. And then the brothers, they just took the coat and then they killed a goat and took the blood and sprinkled all over the coat, and they tore the coat to make it look like a wild animal, maybe a lion or a tiger or a hyena, has eaten it. And then Joseph went out screaming and walking in the hot desert. And then when Reuben came back, he was ready to save Joseph. When he went to the pit to look for him, he found it was empty. So he went back to his brothers and said, Judah, Levi, what happened? Where's Joseph? Did you kill him? I wish. But no, we just decided to make money off of him. We sold him to some traders going to Egypt. What? Are you crazy? What will our father say? He will punish all of us, or worse, he can get sick and die. Relax. We have a plan. What's your plan? So they all went home. And true enough, when they got home, Jacob said, well, you're all here, and the cattle's all here. But where's your brother? I sent him to you. I sent him many days ago to run after you and to check up on you. Where is he? Did you see him? No, Father, we didn't see him. But on the way, we saw this cloth. Does this belong to him? Can you please see if this is Joseph? So they gave the coat to the father, Jacob, and then he looked at it. Yes, this is the coat. I know because I'm the one who made it for him. But what happened? It's full of blood and tears. Maybe some wild animal ate him on the way. What? So the father cried and cried, and the mother cried, and so they just comforted the father. Don't cry, Father. Sorry about your son. They were pretending that they were sorry. They were sad. So that was the end of Joseph as far as the father knew. Are you enjoying so far? Yes, so that's what they thought that was the end of Joseph. But God was not yet done with Joseph. In fact, at the end of the story of Joseph's life, you know what? God will raise Joseph up from being a low person, a person in prison, to government. You're right. And not just government, the most powerful man in government. He would become the prime minister. Can you say prime minister? Prime minister is like the president, the ruler of the whole empire of Egypt. And at the time, Egypt was the number one nation in the world. And nobody was higher than Joseph except the Pharaoh himself, who is the king of Egypt. So when people thought that they did a bad thing, they can hurt you, they bring you down. But when you trust in God, the way Joseph did, he never cursed. He didn't lose his trust in God. He didn't choose to just join the bad people and also do evil. God will save you at the end of the day, even if you suffer for a long time, which Joseph did. So we'll cut that story in half for now so that we can ask you questions. Did you enjoy that? So what can we learn from there? Okay, Tihila?
I learned that we shouldn't be jealous and mean to our siblings or anyone. And if somebody is mean to you, don't curse them yet. Even if they do evil things to you, don't say bad things to them. And at the end of the day, God can save you.
Yes, beautiful. Thank you for paying attention. Kuya, what did you learn in that long story? Half of the story of Joseph?
I learned that when when your brothers are mean to you, and when your sister or brother gets something, don't be jealous.
Wow, it's pretty hard sometimes not to get jealous, especially when they get something new, right? And something nice and shiny. Okay, what did you learn, Tandy?
I learned about don't lie to your father.
Wow, that's a very good lesson. Yes, do not lie to your father. All right, and now that you've or guardian, yes. Okay, so what can you say to our friends on YouTube, online, and all over the world, Tila?
Hope you enjoyed this. Hope you enjoy half of this story and learn how to be honest or the other things in this story. Hope you learned something.
All right, thank you. And you, Kuya, what can you tell our friends on YouTube?
I hope that you learned something from this story, and I hope that you don't lie to your father or mother.
Okay, you, what can you tell our friends, your friends there? Look there.
Subscribe to our channel. I hope you like that short story at Real Campo Kids.
All right, thank you, Tandy. Thank you, Tihila and Zuriel. Now let's say goodbye. Bye. Please